What's going on, guys? King Trats here, back with another video on the channel. We are back with another episode of the highest rated. We are doing the spin back for the month of December, kind of to commemorate the New Year's wrap up. Favorite restaurants from each genre. So today we did Mexican again. Took it to a place that I've frequented. I think I ate about 4 times this year, known as La Fortaleza. There are multiple locations, but I went to the Garfield, New Jersey location, and it has a 4.4 rating out of about 2,600 ratings. Did a couple of variations, but I made sure I got my favorite dish, one of my favorite Mexican dishes from this location. So without further ado, I'm not gonna hold y'all. You know I like to kind of just get into it. So we're gonna start off with the flagship. This is not the favorite dish, but of course you can't go to a Mexican place without getting tacos. So of course we did the tacos. Different kind actually this time. Oy. Oh, okay. Let's take this off real quick. Corn tortillas. Gotta make sure they have the double wrap on a tortilla, but we got chorizo, actually. I never actually did a chorizo taco. I've done a lot of different ones, but not the chorizo. Chorizo is a sausage, obviously it's crumbled up this time, with of course the standard cilantro and onions combo on the top. The condiments are on the side. There's a salsa verde as well as the lime. Always gotta get the lime. I'm excited, bro. I don't know why, but I was just craving tacos, Mexican food. Okay, gotta squeeze a little bit of lime on each. I'm gonna do the first bite without any sauces. I love salsa verde, so there will be going on there, but gotta make sure that the tacos are good by themselves. Come on. Come to daddy. Come to daddy. Here we go. Damn, I always spill stuff. There's the chorizo on the inside. Talk too much. I had to let that one marinate. Oh my goodness, hold on. Oh my goodness. One of the reasons why I like this place so much, the assortment of proteins that they have. So, from the chorizo to the chicken, obviously the steak, and everything in between. Always just so flavorful and so well cooked. With the lime cutting in there, onions and cilantro are always the standard. Let's get into some of the salsas though. Look at that. I think this is the fire one, like the hot. Not like Taco Bell fire. Let me try. Their chorizo, it's fantastic. Not as bad as the taco. I'm gonna try the salsa verde real quick. I'm always a big salsa verde guy. I don't know what it is about the particular combo. I like the spicier ones, and I believe they do have a pretty spicy salsa verde. That's just good. Little spice to it. Not super, super hot, but good spice. Enough to get the sweat going. I need the sweat to get going. I'll tell you what. This is my first time doing a chorizo taco. I usually get different proteins. But jeez, look at the amount you get in there. Look at that. That's good. Got more lime. Let me get a little more lime. It's going again, it's going again. you what, their tortillas are even better today. Sometimes people just like, you know, because when you're dealing with people making food, sometimes it's just better on certain days, depending on like maybe it's a different chef cooking or whatever. I'm sitting here scooping. I'm gonna save that one. I don't want to be greedy. I don't want to be greedy. That was sensational. Moving right along to the next one. Okay, for all my people, Mexicanos watching, I apologize because I know this is one of those people when they're talking about authentic, they don't really consider this authentic. But I got nachos. And I didn't intend to get nachos, but I wanted to get them as a side dish, right? And then I noticed that they had entree versions, and they were offering nachos with my favorite Mexican condiment protein on it, which is the al pastor. I love al pastor. I call it that because it's made on a spit. It was actually bought by immigrants from the Middle East to Mexico, and they put kind of their spin on it, and I'm a huge fan of it. And I never had nachos with al pastor in it, so I did it. So I apologize. But let me just show you these al pastor nachos right quick. Of course, they melted the cheese. Al pastor with the pineapple. A lot of times they do tacos gringos, and you get the idea where they put the pineapple on there. Refried beans, tons of melted cheese on here. I'm sorry, but I had to do it. And I'm gonna tell you a story after I try this, because I have to try this first. Oh yeah. Hold on. Oh, that's the one. 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 Y'all want some al pastor? Get the pineapple. Get the pineapple. Let's get the pineapple. Here we go. Y'all want an al pastor nacho? Oh, come on, come on. Don't stop the tape. Oh my God. I love al pastor. I love nachos. I love pineapple. I love refried beans. I love these nachos. My goodness. The melted cheese. You know I love melted cheese on everything. The jack cheese. This al pastor too. Look, I don't care where you're from. You're gonna like this. And also, quick food lesson. While Toretto, the idea of nachos themselves are undoubtedly something that has been very Tex-Mex Americanized. Nachos were in fact invented in Mexico. So I'm gonna give you the story of nachos. There was a bar, restaurant type of place in northern Mexico, close to the border. Oh God. Where the region of northern Mexico was located right over the border by a place, I believe it was Eagle Pass, Texas. And there was a woman who was there with her 3 friends who asked a man known as Ignacio Anaya if they could bring her and her friends something different. So my man goes in back in the kitchen, takes tortilla strips, tortillas I should say, cuts them, and then fries them. Wanting them to be different, he takes cheese, as well as jalapenos, covers them, then he melts it, brings them out, serves it to the women. The women love them. They say, wow, what is this? What do you call this? For those who don't know, a nickname for people named Ignacio, not Ignazio, which is the Italian version, but Ignacio, is nacho. So he says, I don't know, call them Nacho Special. The name stuck, She brought it back, and it spread like wildfire in the Texas area. Nachos were born. But they were in fact invented by a Mexican in Mexico. So while it may not be traditional, it is kind of Mexican, isn't it? Either way, I will forever love nachos, and I will forever love hard tacos, because to me, I grew up in a house where we fried a lot of stuff. So taking something like a corn tortilla, which is already delicious, and saying, you know what we're going to do? We're going to fry it. Say less. I'm here for that. So, you can call it whatever you want to, but make sure you feed me some when you go recall that. The al pastor is fantastic. Plenty of coating and cheese. Lots of nice pineapple, which brings that savory sweet that I love. The al pastor is phenomenal. And there's actually layers, because I'm getting refried beans and cheese on the bottom. It's absolutely delicious. I have no regrets about ordering this. And truthfully, I've had their al pastor on tacos. I've had it on their semita, which is their sandwich. Regional version of a torta, Mexican sandwich. Serve it on whatever you want. Al pastor for me. It's absolutely phenomenal. No exception. Let me get one more bite. Then I'm moving on to one of my favorite Mexican dishes. And a big reason why I went here. You watched my first Fortaleza video. I've eaten this multiple times. This, excuse me, this right here, these are chilaquiles. Chilaquiles are like, for me, like the gospel. Now let me oi! There's a lot of chilaquiles in here. Let me show you what they are. Now I like mine with the fried egg, not the scrambled. But it's a Mexican breakfast dish, and what it consists of for the most part, they take corn tortillas, they cut them into like strips, and they fry them. Then you can add the salsa verde, which is what I have, or the salsa rojo, the red salsa, chicken, cheese. I've seen it with steak, refried beans, and of course the egg. They put the red onions in here too. Now, before I even get into this, their chicken is delicious. So I'm just going to show you the chicken first, and then dig in. Yes. Then grab me a fork. I can see the salsa verde all up in here. The tortilla strips. Let me get a little of that. Let me get a little of that. Let me get a little. You can't grab nothing with forks, bro. Don't care. Chilaquiles. They get a little bit like kind of soggy, but like the texture difference, everything about it. That salsa verde. That salsa verde. The salsa verde. Oh, that salsa verde is so good. There's just something to me about chilaquiles that's just like magical. The salsa verde, the chicken. You know I'm about to hit this egg. I'm a big fried egg guy. I should make this one day. Hit it with the egg. Got that red onion. Y'all want some? Oh, big damn spoon. Listen. It's very hard for me to pick because I'm a breakfast food guy. And I grew up with waffles, eggs, pancakes, and all that good stuff. And it slaps. Don't get me twisted. But these Spanish-speaking countries, from Mexico to Central America to Latin America to the Caribbean, like the Dominicans and the Puerto Ricans, y'all just like elite breakfast. Y'all breakfasts are just not like, because y'all still put the savory stuff from the beginning of the day in your breakfast stuff. And we're like one of the few countries that doesn't do that. God, it's so good. You know, it was very common. I had a Filipino friend growing up, and I never did it in my house, but every time I would go over there, like Saturday morning, whatever it is, for breakfast would be like rice or whatever you had yesterday, and then you put eggs in it and like some kind of salsa or sauce. This is Hispanic, but even like my Filipino friend did it. You know, like if you had fried rice last night or regular rice or chicken and rice, you put an egg on top of that bad boy and it was breakfast, bro. That's my shit. That's what it's about. Like, this is what it is to me. Eggs give you the breakfast vibe, but it eats like dinner. And I'm team savory, and I love my waffles and my French toast. But we missed the mark here. This is where it's at. Shout out to every Mexican who eats stuff like this. Shout out to my Dominicans having desayuno with mango and salami and cheese and the tres golpes. How about your boy? You know, huevos rancheros. Like this. Make more breakfast stuff like this. One of my favorite breakfast foods, even at diners, is like eggs Benedict and the variations. And when I went to the diner at the other place, the suburban diner, and when they did the Greek bowl with the eggs, but they had Euro meat, that's my you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I roll. But the salsa verde here, good spice, is so good. Adding it to these tortillas, it just makes this just bang. It's so good. Look at my egg, bro. Plastic forks. We alright. I got egg on my face? I'll get in a second. Let me get like 2 more bites though. All day. Red onion, pickled onions, all that. It belongs in breakfast food. I see it now. Get Chilaquiles, bro. Change your life. Now let's wrap it up. I got my favorite dessert. Isn't traditionally Mexican, but it's traditionally a lot of Spanish, different places make it. And I get it everywhere. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we have the tres leches, the cake of dreams. I'll explain that to you in a second, but I want to try this drink, which I completely forgot about because I was in Chilaquiles heaven. What we have here, I don't like these cardboard straws, but they're very green, so I'll live with it. Horchata is a traditional, and again, it's not only Mexican. Where is the hole? There's a joke that goes with that. I'm not saying it. Traditionally in different countries, and the Mexican version from what I remember, I could be wrong, please correct me if I am, I apologize in advance, but you soak rice and make a rice milk from it, and then you add cinnamon and sugar to make it. I feel like I got something on my face. I know it's there. People, got something on my face? It's hard sometimes because I don't be looking at myself, but I just did. Anyway, and that's how you make it. I've had it a bunch of times. Truthfully, it's my best friend. It's like one of his favorite drinks. He loves horchata. I like it, but I've been coming around to it a lot more lately, so I'm going to try theirs. See what's going on. It's not coffee. It's horchata, bro. That is good. To me, I can't overdo it because it's very sweet, but it almost tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, like kind of vibe to it, but homemade. You know what I mean? Cinnamon, sugar, and the rice. It is very good. I do like it. I like it a lot more than I thought it would. I feel like I had another fork, but we just gonna spoon this bad boy. The tres leches, I explain it every single time, but it is a cake. They use 3 different kinds of milk. usually evaporated or carbonated, condensed milk, heavy cream, and then of course just regular milk. Combination of different kinds. They make a cake, a sponge cake, they soak it in this stuff, and sometimes they add icing to it, and a little bit of like and I've had a million different kinds of it. Man, shut up. I don't be trying to be like a food historian. Nobody cares. Some of y'all do, and I appreciate that. So, tres leches. Why is this shit so good? I can't. It's so good. Like, I do this every time I get tres leches from. It just has a It's so good. It's just so good. Just understand that. This is no exception. I like this one a lot. I like the fact that the sponge cake still has integrity. Sometimes you get it and the cake's all mushy, and it's still good, but I prefer it still having like its integrity, a little bite to it. There's just nothing wrong. It's so good, man. I love the soap. You know, some people like poke holes in it, then they pour the liquid all in and just let it just That's what this does. That's right, what I just said. They let it just You know what I'm saying? Come here. I love it. I'm sorry. I do it every single time. Go to any of my like Latin influenced stuff and check. Watch me eat a tres leches cake. Go to all the videos. And just every time I get it, I bite the cake, I go, and I eat the whole thing. It's like, I have no willpower over it. And this one is one of the better ones I've had. Oh, like I can't, it has to be done. I always make sure I don't eat everything so I can eat the tres leches cake. That's the vibe. But anyway, one of my favorite Mexican places I've been to. We will do more in the next year. We're gonna do a lot of different restaurants. And a lot of different kind of stuff. But I wanted to spin back to these places. And I also want to say thank you to the people who've been supporting as the YouTube thing kind of continues to go on. You couldn't do this without you guys. I'd be crazier if I was just talking to myself. So I love you all. Thank you so much. More stuff to come. More content. I love y'all. The hand signs. They made it to YouTube.